Have you guys ever been lied to before? My ex lied to me about going to jail while still flirting with his ex wife publicly. So, let me start first by saying that I trusted this man, I believed him. I was like, oh my God, like he's just way too good to be true. Like he told me he was like a real estate developer. He had met with all the executives from Publix. And if you don't live in Florida, like the Bible Belt states, Publix is a really big thing for us here. I was like, oh, I know the executives, the chairman at Publix. We've eaten lunch here before and there before. And he was like, I used to be an attorney. I left that. I left doing that. I used to be a big time attorney. I was like, wow, why would you leave being a big time attorney to be a real estate developer? But I guess you make money doing that, right? So I believed everything. You know, I'm like, have you guys ever felt in your intuition something was off, but you just don't want to say it because you wanted to believe that everything was okay and everything was great, right? Okay, so I did. I did all of that. And then, like, the first red flag was his ex calling him 24/7. Like, she would legit be like on, like, his number must have been on speed dial. She'd always be calling him. And he'd have to walk away from me. And like one time we were staying at a hotel, and like before he talked to his ex, it was all, oh, you're so beautiful. I love your blonde hair. Oh, it matches your complexion. It matches you so perfectly, right? He comes back after, like, I woke up and I'm like, baby, where's my baby? Did he leave me here? Oh my God, where'd he go? Why am I here alone? Come to find out, he was on a phone call with his ex-wife, right? He comes back and then he has the nerve to say, oh, this old mop. I was like, what? Sir, excuse me? What do you mean? You were just telling me how beautiful I am. Well, it wasn't an old mop when we were. Was it? Anyways, okay, so after all of these things I felt, I was like, him and his ex are like really kind of close. And I'm like, are you guys secretly married? You're not telling me? He's like, no, definitely not. You've been divorced for 15 years. I don't want that. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I'm like, are you guys like some weird husband and wife, ex-husband, ex-wife team, and like I'm the outsider or something? Is that what's going on? Mm-mm. No, you're completely wrong. You're completely wrong about all of it. That's not the case. So I come over to his house in New Year's anyways. He doesn't take me anywhere. I had to go on the Bright Line. He didn't pay for it. He didn't take me anywhere. He was just nothing like he was before. Like he was sort of quote unquote punishing me for bringing light to the relationship dynamic that they had because there were no boundaries. So, anyways, after that, he gets me pregnant, and we broke up and everything. So then I found out that. So I go online, and one of his daughters pops up in my news feed. She pops up my feed, and I go on her page, and then I was just scrolling, being nosy. Oh, his daughter's so pretty. And then I see a birthday note to his ex-wife from her birthday, which happened to be in June, right? So this was in June, and me and him literally started dating like 3 months later. He said, oh, you're so beautiful, just as beautiful as the day when I first met you. You still have the heart of a 20-something. Have the best birthday ever. Right. Okay, so I was like, oh my God, these are not the words of a man who says that they've been divorced for 15 years. Okay, so I'm like, maybe he was secretly married. So then I go look up online, and then he found out when he was living in New York, he was in fucking prison. He thought he was the wolf on Wall Street and was doing these pump and dump schemes. Ended up going to prison for 6 years. And I was like, is this really him? And then I looked at this article and I knew it was him because he got mad because they didn't want him to have puzzles. And I was like, he used to love puzzles. And that part made me kind of sad. You know, I would have been like an advocate for him and been like, my man needs his puzzles. But yeah, that's how I realized it was him. Because I remember when I was at his house, he just has puzzles all over the place. He loves puzzles. But anyways, it just was, how did I miss the red flags? He was over here calling me crazy. Meanwhile, he was in jail for 6 years and didn't tell me. I'm over here planning a life. Oh, we're gonna have babies. I'm gonna move over there in his house. Meanwhile, oh, and I also saw in one of the court documents that he was living in the house in 2018 with his girlfriend, Kimberly, which is his ex-wife. After he had told me that he was divorced for 15 years and he don't want that lady and they haven't had anything to do with each other. But in 2015, it's 2026 now, 2015, it hasn't even been 10 years. In 2018, you were living together in the same house. So tell me how that makes sense. So ladies, have you ever had that happen to you where it's like something's just off, but you just want to believe in the relationship so bad that you just ignore every single red flag? Because that's what I did. Like I went in his garage and there was a family picture. Me being me, I wanted to give her a mustache, but I didn't do that because that'd be childish and we don't do that. We grow. But yeah, in hindsight, like looking at that gave me all the closure I needed. I used to want closure and I used to want an apology. That gave me all the closure I needed. I was like, oh my God, I've been lied to this whole time. God help me. I don't even know who this man is. God, I let him get me pregnant and I know who he is. He was in jail. He was in prison for 6 years. Oh my God. Whew. That was a doozy. Anyways, until next time, I look out for the red flags. Just know that. And you know what? Do a Google search. Find out his last name. Do a Google search. You can find everything that's public record. Don't let what happened to me happen to you. I got pregnant by some random guy and we were dating for 6 months. You think he would tell me that, right? I got pregnant by some guy I didn't even know. He was in prison for 6 years. He was never going to tell me. Until next time, like, pause, subscribe. It's The Intelligent.Ingenue. Bye.